Welcome to NewsX World. I am Thomas Porteous and we are coming live for breaking news. Pope Francis has died at the age of 88, the Vatican has announced. The pontiff, who was Bishop of Rome and head of the Catholic Church, became Pope in 2013 after his predecessor Benedict XVI resigned. His death was announced by Cardinal Ferrell in a statement released by the Vatican. He said, "Dearest brothers and sisters, with deep sorrow I must announce the death of our Holy Father Francis." Well, obviously this is breaking news. The head of the Catholic Church has died at the age of 88 on Easter Monday. The Vatican has announced this as obviously breaking news. The Cardinal Ferrell has paid tribute to Pope Francis, referring to him as the Bishop of Rome and emphasising that his entire life was devoted to the service of God and the Catholic Church. 88 years old, Pope Francis has been dead. This comes after his long stint in hospital, in Rome's Gemelli Hospital, which he was admitted to in February. We obviously know that the Pope was suffering from health conditions. He had a brief spell out of hospital after his release this month, but clearly he has succumbed to those health issues. We see there in the visuals when Pope Francis was still alive, he was wheelchair bound. He was served as the spiritual leader of over 1 billion Catholics worldwide during his time as the head of the Catholic Church, marking a significant era in the Church's history. His death marks the end of his papacy and initiates the procedures for an election of a new pope. The Church enters a 9-day period known as the Narvendali, which during daily prayers and requiem masses are held both in the Vatican and throughout the Catholic world. Obviously, our thoughts are with his family, but this obviously comes after a respiratory illness that Pope Francis had. He was suffering from pneumonia previous to his death that has just been announced. We are now seeing visuals on air of the Vatican. These are live visuals from the Vatican, as you can see there. The Church obviously announced this statement saying that yes. We are now going to move to Joshua Barnes, anchor and correspondent for NewsX World. Joshua, what can you tell us about the significance of the death of Pope Francis, the 88-year-old pontiff?
Yes, absolutely, Thomas. Of course, this news coming after Pope Francis had been suffering with health issues in recent months. He had several health scares throughout his time as Pope, dying this morning at around 7:35 in the Vatican and dying at the age of 88. Now, Pope Francis became Pope in 2013. He also served as the main Catholic leader in Rome as well. Information, of course, is coming through. Reactions we do also expect to come through from world leaders, also leading members of the Church as well. This is, of course, a very difficult time for everyone across the world. The Pope is not just a figure for members of the Catholic Church, also a symbol of religion across the world, and people will be feeling this across the world. Now, we of course know that he suffered with pneumonia, as you've mentioned. He actually was admitted to hospital for bronchitis, and those conditions worsened. He spent time in an ICU. Also, of course, being away from the public eye, though there are reports from the Vatican that throughout his time in hospital, he was attending services and continuing to do as much work as he could when he had the opportunity. But these health issues got worse, and bronchitis became pneumonia. He continued to battle that illness until he was released from hospital recently. His stay in the Vatican, of course, he met with J.D. Vance on Easter Sunday, the Vice President who was now in India, and we expect a statement from him and other world leaders shortly, given this news. Devastating news, of course, for everyone involved with the Church, but also, as I mentioned, everyone across the world, knowing the importance of the Pope to Catholics, but also to religion as a whole. He was seen on Easter Sunday, and his condition has clearly worsened overnight, as I mentioned, dying at around 7:35. But this is a period of mourning now for many across the world. Somber feelings will be felt after celebrations on Sunday, Easter celebrations. It's also Easter Monday, which is celebrated across the world. So this is a very difficult time for people who are Catholics, but also those across the world, as I've mentioned.
Yes, Joshua, and here on NewsX World, we are providing you